Hi, I'm Frank, the low-carb cocktail guy. If you watched my last video, the Brandy Milk Punch, you heard me tell you that we'll be doing cocktails that have a really strong history in the city of New Orleans. So we've done the Brandy Milk Punch. Now we're gonna jump to one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic cocktail of New Orleans, the Hurricane. Now, what you get at Pat O'Brien's, who claims to have created the Hurricane, there's this it's changed over the years. It really has. We're going to jump back in history and go to the original version of the Hurricane. Now, the history of the Hurricane is a little bit weird and funky. Even though Pat O'Brien's claims they created it, there was really another cocktail called the Hurricane that was maybe kind of similar, that was done in the 1939 World's Fair in Queens, New York. And it was done by, of all things, a bar called the Hurricane Bar. And they served it in a hurricane glass. So if you're not familiar with what a hurricane glass is, it's a glass designed to look like a hurricane lantern. You know, hurricane lanterns were gas lanterns, or sorry, not gas, but oil lanterns that you were able to light during the heavy category 500 mile an hour winds. And the way that the glass, the lamp was shaped, the flame wouldn't blow out. So that's the whole point behind the hurricane glass and the name of the Hurricane, because it's named after the glass it's served in. So, but after 1939, a few years later, early mid-1940s, Pat O'Brien's came out with a cocktail called the Hurricane also. And they take claim to it because really all we know about the one from New York is if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remembered it correctly. It was a couple of different rums, or maybe one. It was rum, and that's really all they know about it, and maybe some fashionola syrup. And there's just whole kinds of weird things about it. Not a whole lot going on. But the recipe I'm going to be using comes from the god of tiki himself, Jeff Beach Bum Berry. And if you don't know who that is, you've been living under a rock, because he is the tiki wizard. He has gone back in history and found all the old tiki bartenders that, you know, before they passed away, got a hold of their notebooks, got the recipes of all these long lost recipes. And if you haven't read Remixed by Beach Bum Berry, which the reason I like this one, this is a combination of several of his books, 2 classic recipe books in one here. So this is Intoxia and the Grog Log. He's got several books out. If you don't have this one, go ahead and get it. There'll be a link below for Amazon to pick this up. It's an affiliate link, so help me out. And I know you're gonna go get it from my Amazon link because you love me and you wanna support me. So thanks. So in here on page 46, I think it's 56, my bad, 56, is a recipe for the Hurricane from Jeff Beach Bum Berry. And it calls for 2 ounces of lemon juice, 2 ounces of passion fruit juice, and 2 ounces of dark Jamaican rum. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Now, I want to take a moment to thank my newest sponsor, and I absolutely love these guys. I've been using their product. I've been buying it for years, and I reached out to them. They said they would support my channel, and they would give you guys a discount also, and that is Hip Syrups. From Mitten Gourmet is the parent company. Hip Syrups is their cocktail and coffee syrups. This is the one and only sugar-free passion fruit syrup on the market. This is it. No other company makes a sugar-free passion fruit syrup. So if it wasn't for Hip Syrups, we wouldn't be able to do keto hurricanes. It wouldn't be possible. It's because of them. It's because of them we can have keto hurricanes. And if you love that idea as much as I do, make sure you check the link below to go check out 20% off on Hip Syrups, all their cool flavors. And I mean cool flavors. They got like Fruity Pebbles cereal flavor. They got Skittles flavor. They got all kinds of flavors. Awesome, awesome flavors. Plus, if you check out their snack line, they got a killer line of pork rinds. Woo! I know how us keto people love the pork rinds. They got a ton of those flavors also. So thank you, Hip Syrup, for supporting my channel. Really appreciate you. I love you guys so much. So let's get using this and make a yummy, yummy drink. So like I mentioned, in our small tin, we're gonna go with 2 ounces of a passion fruit syrup. 2 ounces. 2 ounces of lemon juice. Now, if you watch my lime oleocitrate video on zero carb lime juice, it's very similar to use it as lemon juice. You can do the same thing. And where I put it at? Here we go. If you go to Kevin Koss, I believe it's .com. Kevin Koss has an amazing cocktail channel. I love everything that he does. I've learned so much from him. But he has a calculator on how much citric acid to how much malic acid to how much water to how much lemon peels that you need to make your oleocitrates. Now, adding the juice back into it does add carbs, but it's so little. It's like less than a quarter carb per ounce. But keeping it 0 carbs, we did not add the lemon juice back into our lemon oleocitrate. So we're gonna go with 2 ounces of our lemon oleocitrate, 0 net carbs. Because all this is water, lemon skins, and citric acid and malic acid. That's it. And the next thing it calls for is 4 ounces, cause it's a boozy fucking drink, and it's yummy, yummy in my tum-tum, dark Jamaican rum. So I have Jamaican Pot Still Black by Hamilton, one of my favorite of all time, but since we're going 4 ounces and we're going boozy, let's hit the heavier ABV. So we're gonna go with some Smith & Cross. Smith & Cross is 57% ABV. So Navy strength, Jamaican, traditional pot still Jamaican rum. Funky! So if you're wanting a funk and you want that punch in the face of Jamaica, Hamilton and Smith & Cross are 2 great choices. The Smith & Cross is a higher percent ABV, so you know, if you want to keep it on a mild side, there's several other things you can do. And if you don't want that hard Jamaican front, go with an Appleton. Appleton's a nice Jamaican rum, blended, and it's not so funky. But the Hamilton Jamaican Pot Still Black is pretty funky. The ABV is not as high. So 4 ounces, if you want to dial it back, dial it back. But if you want to be a big boy, you go ahead and use the Smith & Cross. And we're gonna do 4 ounces of this. So if you don't know how to convert ABV by proof, times 2, 114 proof. So we're gonna add some crushed ice to this. So I'm gonna move this out the way before I start knocking shit and breaking shit. The best way to do crushed ice is 1, go buy it from Sonic. They have great cocktail ice at Sonic. The next best way, which I really enjoy, is using a Lewis bag and an ice mallet. You know, Mjolnir, come here. Yeah, yeah. Beat the shit out of it with some cocktail hammers. So we're gonna start off, we're gonna put a good bit of ice in our Lewis bag.
A few moments later.
So with this cocktail, because it is a hurricane, it is a big drink and you use a big glass, fill your Lewis bag up. A Lewis bag is essentially just a canvas bag which absorbs a lot of the moisture. So instead of the ice kind of like melting really fast, the canvas bag absorbs a lot of that moisture and your ice stays a little bit drier as you go. So the one reason, I didn't explain why I love this so much. I work in retail. And some customers are amazing, but then again, we get the people who come in, and I really wish they wouldn't have. So, you take your mallet, you take your bag full of ice, and you take it out on the ice. Had a bad day at work? Come home and make a hurricane. Yeah, ice is flying everywhere. No, I don't have any pent-up aggression at all. Not a bit. So, with our crushed ice done and ice strewn everywhere, we're gonna add some ice into our small tin. Nice, healthy scoop. There you go. Fill that up, cap that off, and give it a hell of a shake. So, we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves our hurricane glass and just dump this right on in. Top that off with a little more crushed ice, just to get that nice to the top. We're gonna garnish that with a lime wedge and a paper umbrella. If you've never been in a hurricane, umbrellas never stay upright. We can turn that shit upside down. So we're gonna put that in, your lime wedge, and there you have the Keto Hurricane. And did you catch how many carbs are in it? Did you? Did you? It's zero. Zero carb hurricane. How you like that shit? And did you catch how many carbs that was as I was talking? The Jamaican. Then we have the sugar-free passion fruit syrup from Hip Syrups. Woo! Man, that's some good stuff. And it's zero carbs. Let's go ahead and try this out. God, I love that. God, personally, I would not do an Appleton, but I love that hard Jamaican funk. That just like punch in the mouth, copper pot distilled rum that has all those fruit flavors. It's got the banana in it, the overripe, almost raw. You know that banana right before it turns completely brown, and then some pineapple. Oh gosh, the flavors in that rum is absolutely amazing. And in a zero carb hurricane, guys, that's it for me. If you caught my last video, I started off by saying thank you guys for reaching out, for me missing a bit, but I'm back. And I'm absolutely excited to show you a whole bunch of new stuff. I got 2 more New Orleans cocktails. Then we're heading to Tiki. We might even go visit Omar at Oak Wash and check out some of his new Tiki mugs and maybe fill one of them with a cocktail. So guys, thank y'all for watching. Y'all have an amazing day. Because after this one, I'm definitely gonna be having an amazing day too. All right, see you later.